Welcome to Eden. Eden is a beautiful little hidden gem on the far south coast of New South Wales. It is rich in heritage and history with its fishing and maritime history, as well as whaling, and it's also home to some absolutely stunning national parks. We're surrounded by pristine wilderness known as the Wilderness Coast, and it's home to endless beaches that you can have all to yourself, beautiful little hidden coves, crystal clear water, and great spots for swimming, snorkeling, diving and fishing. We have a population of 3,500 in Eden, and we have a community that's very strong, very resilient and very proud. As you can see behind me, the Eden Wharf area is home to a working wharf, a full working wharf. So we have tugboats, fishing boats, always something happening down here, and this is one of the central points of Eden, its hub, so to speak. We used to have a very strong fishing industry in Eden. It has died off a little bit, but it's still quite active. And you can come down here and see fish being unloaded from the boats. You can see the mussels being brought in. You can sometimes buy prawns straight off the trawler if you like. And you can also visit the fish co-op for fresh local fish and seafood. We're also a really busy port. We're home to the third deepest natural harbour in the Southern Hemisphere. So we have a lot of cruise ships coming into Eden, as well as Navy ships and vessels, and also cargo carriers that load up on the other side of the bay. So we have a very busy working port as well. Other than that, I think in Eden you'll find a town of really friendly people, lots to see and do, beautiful beaches and pristine wilderness, and we also probably one of the best places in Australia for whale watching, where you can watch whales in the right season, which is September to November. And you can see them not only by doing whale watching cruises, but also from various land-based locations around town. We're home to the famous Eden Killer Whale Museum, which tells the story of our whaling history and heritage. And it also signals a siren whenever there's whales in the bay. So sometimes during the whale season of those 3 months, you can be walking around town, hear the siren go off, and you know there's a whale in the bay. You head to the lookout and you can see it right there in front of you, breaching and having a play and carrying on. So Eden's also very famous for that. So in Eden and in surrounds of Eden, we are home to mussel farms, oyster farms, and also a large array of fresh seafood. You can come to Eden and have the best fish and chips from fish that's locally caught and fresh. It can be swimming out in the bay in the morning and on your plate in the afternoon. There's some of the best local oysters in surrounding lakes, just south of us in Womboyne and also north of us in Peba and Roombilla Lakes. That's within a 15 to 30 minute drive of us, and they're world class. Various oysters, Sydney rock oysters as well as Angazi and a couple of other different types, but all world class. You can also, as I mentioned before, you can catch or you can buy prawns straight off the boat. So there's a trawler that goes out and catches local little bay prawns, and you can buy them straight off the boat. And you can also enjoy fresh local seafood at a variety of establishments in Eden as well.